We were part of a council, the Oregon Indian Council on Addictions, and I was working for the state Addictions Mental Health Division. And it was in 2003 where we were told that this bill was probably going to pass, and it was going to be an evidence-based practice bill mandating that anyone who's receiving funds would have to have 75% of their practices be evidence-based. The practices that we've been doing for eternity, indigenous to our people, was not going to be allowed with this new evidence-based bill. We knew in Indian country that this was going to be a setback. So took the best from what the state was doing, and we created another approach. In other words, we did almost the same thing that the state did in setting up criteria for the rural programs and other programs, the hoops they had to go through. We set it up and did it that was more appropriate for tribes. So that was the turning point for us. So we started putting a template together at that time in order to codify our programs. And so we were able to get 21 of our practices on the list with the state. We were also able to get it on two administration rules in terms of being able to be listed. When you look at evidence-based practice, it's evidence-based practice / tribal best practices also in terms of it being accepted. What we put together made sense. There was no holes in it. There was nothing to argue against. We followed the same process that the state put together. The process recognizes the fact that these are indigenous practices and they should get the same respect as other practices. We were fortunate enough with Addictions Mental Health that they didn't stand in our way, and they respected the fact that there is a different approach. So it was being a tweener between what the state was requiring and what the needs were of our Indian people. We know we have to go by the rules. We know that there has to be criteria. It's just our perception and what we look at versus what might be looked at maybe at a scientific, I think, approach is a little bit different.